Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Justin, and I'm back for another Marvel Cinematic Universe review. I wasn't thinking of doing one, but here I am with none other than LaundroMattyB Presents. How you been, man?
Pretty good, man. How you been?
Not bad. Yo, I've just been confused about this Eternals movie. Like, that's what we're here to do today, review the Eternals. Spoilers, all of them. We're just going deep because I didn't want to be coy and do a regular review because it would have been hard, honestly.
Right. That's a long
So,
movie.
yeah, I guess I'll start this off with going into this. Were you excited for the movie or anything like that?
Oh, definitely. Oh, absolutely. I was.
Uh, Like, I think I saw it and, like, I know nothing about this, so it's just like, okay. Like, I wasn't hating on the movie or anything like that. I just thought I was like, all right. So, how I'm going to do this, it'll be like each of us are going to do initial thoughts, and then we're just going to dive into different sections. So, starting off, just like I said, initial thoughts. Matt, what'd you think?
I personally really enjoyed it. I thought they for 2 hour. I think it's like what
2 hours, 37 minutes, or something like that.
36 minutes. Huh?
Was yeah, 2 hours, 36, 37, one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like for that amount of time, they really did a great job, like introducing the characters. They developed the characters pretty well. You got to know some of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I think not to cut your thoughts off or anything like that, but that's the one thing I do notice that, like, surprisingly, even though I won't remember half of their fucking names. I think the character development did very well, and they did a good job of just showcasing how every one of them is, like, different and how they feel and how everything in life affects them differently.
I'll tell you, the only one that I remember the name of was like I think Ikaris, and that's
Ikaris,
about
yeah. So
that.
any more you wanted to add to your initial thoughts, or is that's where you're at right
Yeah,
now?
visual effects yeah, they were amazing.
Right? Like, I thought they were pretty damn good. There's, like, just like every movie, there's a few moments where they're like, there's just certain things that are just like, damn, that looks like a PS3 cutscene because it's like something that goes by quick or something like that.
My fiance Raina, she actually pointed out there was like a few scenes where she kind of noticed there was like a little bit of choppiness in the visual effects, but other than that, no, that we both loved the movie when we saw it, and
Okay,
just
well there you go. That's fair. So it didn't deserve the hate
14.
it got?
No, no, and literally, I know what it was all about, and literally, it was not worth the amount of hate that it got. Like, it's ridiculous. It was like one scene.
Yeah. So all right. So Matt loved it. What did I think? I really liked it, actually. It took me a few days after the movie. I saw it on Friday. I didn't see it on Thursday. This is like the first Marvel movie I didn't see opening night or anything like that.
Hmm.
So every once in a while, just to let you guys know, I might glance over because I have this new webcam set up. I got a nice, good quality camera finally, but still working out the webcam setup. So I might look off screen every once in a while because that's where my monitor is for right now. Anyways, you don't care about that. I really liked it. I was surprised. Like, the way all the characters were structured was good. The visual effects were good, and the thing that blew my mind is just like Marvel was ballsy with this. They were doing like cosmic shit, like Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Oh
like Interstellar, like proposing all these theories and stuff like that, and that was cool to me. It just took me a little while because on the car ride home, like I was saying, Friday night, I was like quiet on the car ride home, dude. Like, I saw it with Meg and Thomas, and Meg texted me, just like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm just like, I don't know how to feel. Like, it literally changed how I
yeah.
felt about everything that night. Like, not that I didn't understand the movie or anything. It's just like it was the first time I was stumped whether I just thought the movie was okay or good or really good, and like I didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
But I really liked it. I think all the actors they did like a decent job. None of the actors or actresses did like a standout performance or anything like that for me. But yeah, I really liked it. I'd say going into the last minute initial thoughts that there was a few minor flaws, but yeah. So Matt mentioned this a little bit before. We're going to start branching into different topics here. I'm just going to like bounce around. So the big thing that he mentioned was there's a gay kiss on screen, and honestly, it's like 5 seconds whether you like that stuff or not. Or if
It's
it,
not even
yeah,
5 seconds.
like if it bothers you, like as, boy, it's 2021, but it was like the Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Qatar, like these other places were just like, oh, you have to cut that scene out or we're not going to put it here. And Disney was like, we're not cutting the scene out. So it's not being shown there. And like, I that's partial reason why people review bombing. Do you think there could be any other reason, Matt?
No, it's literally that.
Like this is just me, but like I think it could also be because like some people just get intimidated by a female director, and also that some people like I said, I didn't understand how I felt, so I think like maybe people didn't understand, and they're just like, this is too like preachy, like
My
scientific. Go ahead.
my defense on that is that the first Wonder Woman movie, Patty Jenkins, female director, great, fantastic movie. Second one sucked. But yeah, I mean, they're no, they for DC they did a great movie with a female director, and I don't think any of the hate is going towards that. It's definitely that one scene, which is crazy that the movie, which was, my opinion, fantastic, would get review bombed like this just for one scene and also get banned in quite a few countries
Yeah, like
because of this. And it would hurt its box office too because of this.
well, like I don't get too agenda pushy or preachy or anything like that because I'm kind of like I try to look at things from both sides, but it's just like really like hell, like whoever's disgusted by that or whoever is like obviously Middle Eastern people like with their beliefs, like some of them over there are crazy, but it's just like a quick peck, and like you're just like no, we won't shit on our country. Like, like even China, do you remember the China Star Wars Force Awakens poster?
I believe I do. Yeah.
What do you remember about it?
Um.
With a certain character. You know what I'm talking about? All right, I'll just tell it. So basically,
Yeah.
they had the American poster and the China poster side by side. And you have the main people, Kylo Ren, Rey, Han Solo, Finn, all the characters big over there. It might have been for the eighth one or seventh one, I can't remember. But Finn was in the front and center. And then in the Chinese version, Finn was like in the background, super small. I was like, yeah, that's messed up, dude. It's just like certain countries and their beliefs. It's crazy that they would do that. And I believe China had the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker ending kiss happen. Did you see that movie, Matt?
I still have not seen Rise of Skywalker.
Okay,
Uh,
so in Rise of Skywalker, there's a scene where people are cheering, and imagine something as big as like this Dark Souls guy right here. Further back in the background, and there's like that big, like super small on your screen, two people kissing in the background for like a second, and they cut that scene out. I was like, bro, what? My God.
I heard that movie was a disaster anyway, so I
Yeah.
mean,
Anyway, like not to get off
watch it
topic, but
sometime.
Eternals. Okay, so I like I said, I think some people because it got too sciency and cosmic and uh different beliefs and stuff like that. I think some people were just like afraid of things they don't understand. Like I think that's why. But honestly, like I told you I wasn't excited for this movie, but I liked it more than I thought I would after I thought about it for a while.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite character?
Um.
You could be as vague as possible if you don't remember names or anything like that. If you say
The names are slipping by me, but
I can bring it up on my phone too if you want, but I'll just say as you're looking for yours, Kumail Nanjiani's character, I think it was Kempo or something like that. Let me see.
something like that.
He was funny as hell. Like it's weird because I haven't really seen too many movies with him in it. I mean I've seen him appear on some late night talk show hosts, but like okay, so we have Sersi obviously. Ikaris was the Man of Steel Homelander character. Kepo. Fuck, did I say Kepo? Kingo, yeah. So he was funny. Like I liked his powers. Like how many people out there as kids wish they had like real finger guns and shit like that? You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I know, and this might be off topic. It might not be, but in the movie Eternals, with a few of the cast members that they got, Kit Harington and Richard Madden. There's a few scenes where they're together, and also the name Sersi is from
Game of Thrones, right?
yeah, so I mean, Game of Thrones fans might enjoy seeing this movie because a few of the most famous characters from the show is in it. So yeah,
Yeah. I heard originally they were supposed to be like 12 or 13, and they shrunk it down a little bit, like shrunk it down to 10. But like I said, like certain like Kumail Nanjiani's character at the end of the movie, he's just like, yeah, I can't be a part of this. It goes against everything I believe in. Like, and everyone had their own beliefs. Like the little girl, I still have to look at
Sprite.
the Sprite. Yeah, Dan. Okay, were you looking at the list, or do you just remember her name?
No. I just remembered that name.
Yeah, Sprite. Her whole thing was like she wanted to be loved. She wants to love someone, but since she's like 14, she wants to fall in love with an adult. She obviously doesn't want to fall in love with someone who looks 14 because that's just weird. Because she's like, what,
Right.
7,000 years old or something like that?
Think so, something like
Yeah.
that.
But me at the end, I was a little pissed at this. Like, she stabbed Sersi in the back, and like she did it for love or whatever. I don't know. But Sersi turns around at the end of the movie and is just like, you stabbed me. But here's your humanity, and I'll give you your wish. What? Like, I was like, get the hell out of here. Like, I'm not saying kill Sprite or whatever. Like, obviously people deserve a second chance, but like maybe give her some time to like prove that she like won't do anything like that again. I don't know. So yeah, I still think Kumail Nanjiani's character is the funniest. Like him and his sidekick. Dude, his sidekick reminded me of freaking Azamat from Borat.
Oh yeah.
Like that buddy relationship that they're like always supporting their best friend, and like I know this is gonna sound like a little ugh, but his friend, yo, he did all the stereotypical Indian dude things, like even down to like, "Hello, sir, how can like when he talked, he was moving his head like you see like the cartoony stereotypical like Indian people do." I was like,
right,
"Yo, bro,
right.
this guy is the cookie cutter Indian dude right there."
Well,
Also,
they referenced him as like the I can't believe
Alfred
I'm
in Batman, right?
Alfred.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, they made some DC references in this movie. Hard
Yeah.
references. So was there any moments that like shocked you in the movie or anything like that? I'm probably no one of them you're gonna say,
The end
but
credit scenes.
yeah. Well, I I will say, as far as the end credit scenes go, I did know that Jon Snow, Kit Harington or whatever. I remember seeing months and months and months ago. It said Kit Harington announces like Black Knight or whatever for Eternals, but I completely forgot like that's what his name was.
I that's okay. So here's my thing with especially like the MCU. I only watch like the first trailer. I really don't look up anything after that. I skip all trailers unless I'm have to watch it like in theaters, but like I skip everything else. So with Kit Harington, Black Knight, I have no idea.
Yeah, I respect that though. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
only first trailer goes for me, and that's it.
yeah, no, but like I said, I respect it because Matt used to be the person just like me. We'd watch every single trailer for a movie, poster. We would watch every single clip before a movie would come out. We would go
Yeah.
hard, and then I'm at the point now where like I'll watch the first trailer, and then if the second trailer comes out, I'll watch that. Sometimes depending on the movie, but I won't watch any clips anymore. I stopped doing that. I won't. I won't. I don't know. Like I'll watch some of it, but not all of it. So from what I saw for the Eternals, I watched like the 2 trailers, and as I
Yeah, and
said,
I
first
certainly
trailer,
don't look at things that leak online either.
yeah. I mean, well, I'm not gonna lie. I did watch the leaked No Way Home trailer before it came out, but I watched that one. Not gonna lie. So like I knew everything is, and I was like, oh shoot, all right, we're going there. So yeah, all right. So end credit scenes. Let's just talk about them. We had I already knew um Harry Styles was going to be in it playing Star Fox.
I had no idea. I was shocked by that fully. I was like, what? I turned to Raina. I was like, is that Harry Styles? And she's like, yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, like I already knew it, but I'm glad they're not. Whether they're referring to him as like Ico or like Arcana or something like that. Hold on, let me see. Eros, yeah. And I'm glad because like we all know, even though I'm pretty sure Eternals did it first, there's only one Star Fox, and that's on the Nintendo consoles. Straight up.
True. I think I found out about this yesterday because I looked it up, and so I was wondering like who voiced the Leprechaun, and it was Patton Oswalt.
Big Patty Oz.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. Like, and I think that's also something where they did pick and choose where their budget went CGI wise because like Patton Oswalt's character looked like wonky. Like he looked kind of like something from like the Spiderwick Chronicles CGI wise, which I know it's a little bit of a deeper cut, but like I was like, yeah, that looks a little iffy to me. And then the second end credits scene, we knew something was up with Kit Harington's character throughout the whole movie, and he says something about your family's lineage or something like that, and they have the
Yeah.
ring. And then he pulled out. What did he see in the sword again, Matt? Do you remember? Like he looked in the sword, didn't he see something?
He's yeah,
So like souls or like a field or something like that.
something like that. There was like this design that was like moving and whatnot.
Yeah, like so the sword was like alive almost.
Right.
Like so it was like a supernatural type thing to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. I'm just looking up right now if they did post a no, like I can't see. Well, then,
That voice that talked to him at the end,
yeah,
I found out who that was.
me too.
Yeah. I mean,
Big Blade.
this isn't. Yeah. Uh huh.
I see when I saw it and like, I hate when people do this, but like when I saw it, I was just like, that voice sounds so familiar. But like I didn't want to look it up, but I already found out it was Blade. So, but I think that is something that like wouldn't have been able to be kept a secret. Like people wouldn't post about it online and stuff like that.
Right. Like I felt the need to look it up because I was just like, who? I didn't know if it was gonna be referenced like in a movie anytime soon. So I was just like, okay, I gotta know.
Yeah, I got to know.
Yeah.
So, now for me, like you guys know, I talk about this in almost every movie. The orchestral soundtrack, the score, the music for the movie was like okay at times. Like certain moments when they're all joined together, it's like really uplifting and cool. But like the Eternals didn't have their own theme. It's not like Iron Man 3. It's not like the Avengers. It's just background music and uplifting music when it needs to do that stuff. But there's no like defining music. Like you know, Zack Snyder's Justice League when like Wonder Woman comes in, she has a like
Oh
they had
yeah.
like the chanter, and then when you had the new Justice League like theme, and it's like this rock like dun, 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 like it's like this hard guitar. It was like that's what's up. And then like when Flash is like Flash down, it's like dun, 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 and it's like techno. I'm going off on a tangent here, but it's like you guys know what I mean. It's just
Yeah.
there wasn't anything that stood out to me that way.
Nothing like Hans Zimmer or anything like that in there.
Yeah, the composer was Ramin Djawadi. I think that's how you pronounce it. He does the music for Westworld, and
Oh, okay.
Westworld's
Yeah.
got some popular themes to it too. Now this is a big thing for me, Matt. I wanted to pick your brain about how did you feel about how they structured the movie with all the history and lore to the characters.
Well, I appreciate the fact that they had that prologue at the beginning
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where they told you like a 3 or 4 paragraph summary of like
A Star Wars style crawl almost.
yeah, and it was. I mean, I appreciated that, and yeah, I mean, they told enough about the characters throughout the movie to give them enough development and tell you about them.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that's the thing that I was struggling to figure out the most for myself. Like, I liked the lore. I liked that every character was different, even though, like I said, I forgot half of their damn names. Um, the one thing that just I didn't like though was the way they did all the lore structured in a flashback type thing, where like you had the prologue in the beginning, and then you had like a flashback, which was cool. I was just like, okay, the history's building. I like that. And then it flashes back here. I think I would have rather had it structured like they just start off with the earliest era right in the beginning and then move to present day, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I think something like that could have been fixed. I think you could have structured it differently instead of bouncing back and forth like throughout the whole entire movie. I get when you're trying to tell about when Ikaris uh, killed was Selma Hayek's character. What the hell was her name?
Yeah. Selma Hayek's character. What was her name?
Like I obviously understand. Like yeah, flashing back for that makes sense. Okay, so we got Sersi, Ikaris, Kingo, Sprite, Phastos, Makkari, Druig, Gilgamesh, who I know you haven't seen Train to Busan, MattyB, but Don Lee played Gilgamesh. Dude, he was a boss. Second favorite character, easily. Ajak. Selma Hayek's name was Ajak. So yeah, when Ikaris killed Ajak, like I get bounced back for that, but like there was so much stuff, and I get it's cool to see like Druig having the power to manipulate people's minds and stuff like that and control them.
Yeah.
But he had to just stand idly by and let wars happen. And I get how that builds up and he's pissed. And that's like the whole point towards the middle to second, third of the movie or whatever. But I just thought, like, not even that I didn't understand. I just think that you could have told it in a more cohesive way instead of bouncing back, maybe shaved like 15, 20 minutes off of the movie. It wouldn't work as an hour and a half long movie, am I right?
Right. It needed to be long as it was. I did not have an issue at all with like the time length. I didn't. I really enjoyed this film. I did a lot.
Well, yeah, and like I said, it took me a while to think of it, but yeah, I did too. Actually, I was like, finally, I think earlier this morning, I was like, I liked that movie. I just think, like I said, I think it wouldn't work as an hour and a half long movie. I think 2 hours would be cutting it a little close. I think maybe the sweet spot would have been like 2 hours 10, 2 hours 15. But
Yeah.
I think they could have restructured it a little bit and shaved maybe like 15, 20 minutes off to make this a more presentable movie. Because I obviously think the box office is going to suffer from a movie where not a lot of people know about these characters and it's over 2.5 hours long. This is my opinion.
It, I have another defense for that. Like
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Galaxy.
Go
No
for it.
one knew about those characters, and it did real well. It's the thing that is hurting this movie is.
Oh, what were you saying? Guardians of the Galaxy? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's hurting this movie is getting banned in a few countries, and the review bombing. That is what's hurting it.
Yeah, I think people should give this a chance. Like,
Yeah, it's real good.
I liked it. I thought it was very good. And I think a lot more people need to give this a chance. Even the common viewer and stuff like that. I think it's just it didn't feel like an MCU movie to me. Yeah, you have the MCU isms and stuff like that, like the humor and whatnot, like the punchline, like setting up for a joke. Even did you catch the joke they did in the movie that was done in a previous MCU film, Matt? Like same
Oh
exact joke beat for beat.
no, you have to tell me.
When Druig was in the chapel type of place
Yeah.
towards the middle of the movie when they were in his village, and he was all trying to have a serious conversation, like they were all trying to talk and everything like that, and it was very quiet, and they were having this like dramatic speech, and then the person's phone rings, and it's like some doofy little like poppy ringtone. The same thing happened in Ant-Man and the Wasp. They were trying to the villain. You were getting into the villain's origin story and stuff like that, and like the phone rang with some stupid ring. I was like, "Oh my god, bro, really? They did it again? Come on now!" Like, I'm not faulting it too much for that. I was like, "Really?" um, and what did you think about? I didn't know the whole movie until I saw the end credits. How did you feel about the villain, the main deviant?
Oh, yeah, I thought he was all right.
Uh, through all the other movies we've seen, since we're big comic book and sci-fi and like horror nerds, what did the villain remind you of?
From Star Wars.
Oh,
From,
what, like Snoke or something like that?
yeah.
Okay. I can definitely see the Snoke look. I myself was personally just talking about like a mummy type scenario or like Hellraiser where every person they consume their facial features change and stuff like that and they get stronger. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Like to the
Yeah.
point where like he absorbed the first person. And that's the thing that threw me off too. Again, I say with the flashbacks, like they showed flashbacks with the Eternals, and then they showed like present day, and then they showed the Deviants, and they showed flashbacks with the Deviants. It's like, damn, all right, okay, like it's like I can follow this still because like it's how my brain works, but because I'm so used to stuff like that. But it's just like it's just jarring as hell. But I didn't know till the end of the movie Bill Skarsgård voiced the villain.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. That's pretty cool.
I was like, oh shoot, okay. I was trying. I My brain blanked for a second. It's like, wait, which Skarsgård is he? Which Scar? I was like, oh shoot, that's Pennywise, right? He was Alexander, Bill Skarsgård, and Stellan Skarsgård is already in the MCU.
Right, and then there's like another one that I don't think acts.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll do it at some point though. So yeah, what did you think of the final scene? I have to ask you about that because obviously in a lot of MCU movies it has a cliche like final battle, but I want to know what you thought of this one.
Remind me what the final battle was.
There was a lot that happened in this movie in his defense. So it was when the emergence was happening and the hand was coming out, and Ikaris was kind of turning with Sprite. They were doing the bad stuff, and they were trying to keep the emergence. Like they wanted the emergence to happen, and they wanted to end the world for the sake of the Celestials.
Oh, with all like the volcanoes going and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool. And Icarus died, or not Icarus? Yeah,
Ikaris is it's kind of poetic. Ikaris flies into the sun, just like the Greek
right,
mythology Ikaris. I liked that too, like how they played around with like, oh yeah, like some of the Greek myths and stuff you know from history. That was us. Like like
right.
that's kind of cool. So you enjoyed it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
So
really,
like you like the final battle, you like the movie. I
yeah.
think the final battle for me like it was actually surprisingly good. Like a lot of MCU movies have these huge scale. Don't mind you, like the battle was huge scale, but all of the battles happening in the final battle were like personal. Like you had Phastos with Ikaris or whatever that he like restrained him down and was throwing those things, and then you had Sersi having that little encounter with Sprite. And I just think that even when you saw Angelina Jolie's character, Thena, with the deviant, like it all looked clear to me. Like I could see what was going on. There wasn't like a CGI clusterfuck, so to speak, everywhere that happens in certain movies. Like that's just messy looking. But I thought it was really cool, and I don't like. I could go on and on about this movie. I say that for a lot of reviews, but it's just I'm still baffled that it took me this long to realize I enjoyed it.
For me, it was different. I knew right away. That's why even though my review is coming out on Tuesday for this, I it's just because I've been working. But like, no, I wrote my review up right away, and I knew what my score would be. I knew what to say, whatnot. Yeah, it was no problem.
Yeah, it was just like it threw me off because I didn't know. Now, this will be interesting for you. I'm not asking for a whole entire MCU ranking over here, but Phase 4 ranking so far minus the TV shows.
It's tied between Eternals and Shang-Chi. Black
For
Widow
for what?
at the bottom.
Black Widow at the bottom, and then Eternals and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, like I think there's only been 3 films, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Black Widow sucked.
Yeah. Actually, spoiler. This is a spoilers review, so y'all have been warned. Because I'm going to spoil another movie while I'm in here. I'm not counting it, but still, Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
Oh yeah.
The end credit scene, like I said, if you don't want to be spoiled for Venom 2, click off. The end credit scene shows Eddie Brock, aka Venom, hearing a news broadcast on screen after phasing into this different looking reality, and Tom Holland's on the screen. So, like, could that be an MCU movie then? That's like, would people consider like Morbius then and Venom MCU after Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire like come in? Can those be considered MCUs? I that's a whole different discussion, I'm sure.
Yeah, the thing is though, I'm pretty sure that Venom 2, that end credit scene has to do with the MCU, and of course, obviously, yeah, I mean, Venom 3 is going to because it'll have Spider-Man in there. They already said, from what I understand.
Yeah, that'll be cool to see. So Matt has Black Widow at the bottom. How you thought Black Widow was like okay, right?
I wouldn't even say okay. I mean the action scenes were cool. I on my review I gave it a 5.5 out of 10, but
Yeah,
like
it's like okay, like that's okay
yeah,
for me. Like
mediocre.
if it's like between a 5 and a 6, like that's like okay to me. But like so I didn't like Black Widow that much. Like if I did do my old school ratings, it would have been like a 4.5 or a 5 or something like that. But
Yeah, it was very
like I said,
disappointing.
Black Widow would be at the bottom, then Eternals for me, a second, and then Shang-Chi. I think also just because Shang-Chi like had a more memorable villain, and obviously I did have my faults with that movie, just like most movies. Like there's like perfect movies out there are probably only perfect in the eyes of the viewer. Like
The
I
Room.
yeah, The Room, freaking one of my favorite Sandler movies. You Don't Mess with the Zohan. I think
Yeah.
that's a perfect movie. Like that movie's awesome, but everyone can trash it like and see it's like so whatever. But yeah, that's it. That's how I feel about like I liked the movie and that's my ranking. Just other stuff in the humor, like other stuff in the humor. I mixed it up. Other stuff in the movie. The humor was good. It was well placed for the most part. Like I said, there's like one or
Yeah.
two moments, but I think they're learning from that now because Black Widow had a lot of deflection, but then again, that was like an older movie that released years later, right?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think of like there wasn't that much humor in this, which I kind of appreciated.
Yeah, I think see that goes hand in hand because you can have people like Kumail Nanjiani, like he's funny, Phastos is funny, but like if every character is a comedian, it doesn't work. Like it makes all the stakes go away for me. So like I like that. That was cool. Like and just to see how they blended that so well. Like, this movie did blend pretty well together. Like I said, they could have changed the format of how they got from point A to point B, chronologically, time-wise, all that stuff. But, yeah, like, I don't even need to go into the plot of Eternals because, like, if you're watching a spoiler review, you've already seen it probably. And if not, just Wikipedia the plot.
Go see it. Honestly, just go see the movie.
People, I was surprised. Like, some of my friends thought the 10 rings in Shang-Chi had to do with, like, the Eternals. Like, that part at the end where there's like, oh, it's sending a signal, like a beacon to something. And they thought it was, like, sending it to the Eternals or something.
Oh.
So, like, I guess it wasn't shown in the Eternals or anything like that. But, yeah. That's all I have to say. I mean, we're not even going to talk about future MCU stuff, but at the end it did say the Eternals will return, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so we're going to get Eternals too, so that'll be a thing.
Whether it's sure like, we're gonna have. Well, I'm sure we're gonna have a long discussion when Spider-Man: No Way Home comes out.
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm trying to think of any closing thoughts for this movie. So overall, I did really enjoy it. Rewatchability. I don't know if I would go out and buy this movie like after it comes out, but I think maybe I'd like download it. Maybe if I did buy it, it would be on a sale or something like that. Like maybe just to rethink it. But it's a long movie though. Like movies like Endgame, I've seen like in the theater, but I haven't. Even though I own it on a Blu-ray right here. Oh no, Endgame's the thick one right here. I got like the Target version, I believe.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really neat.
So it comes with all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's a movie where like maybe I would watch it again like once, but like some of these Marvel movies, like I have no desire to like rewatch them multiple times. Like Captain America: Winter Soldier, I could watch that like every day.
I saw that 4 times, but other like a lot and Avengers, same thing. But like other movies, like in the MCU, I've literally only watched once.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, like I said, I highly recommend this movie. It might not be for everyone. I can see that it's not for everyone, just by the way it's dividing audiences. I think they're, like I said, maybe they're threatened by all the theories and science and historical stuff. But yeah, go check it out. And
yeah, don't let the review bombers affect you seeing this movie. Please see it. It deserves to be seen.
Whatever you say, bomber. So, any other closing thoughts, MattyB?
Looking forward to Eternals too.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, comment down below what you thought of the movie. If there's anything that I missed, if there's some little Easter eggs like we heard of Thor and all those other guys. I said I appreciated that it didn't feel like an MCU movie because there wasn't any other characters in it. Like, so yeah, like that's good. I like the focus. So, yeah, I was trying to think of something else, but I'll probably remember it and then save it for another time. So, as always, MattyB, thanks for joining me, dude.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got to get on this again. We'll probably do Spider-Man No Way Home. We probably should get like 4 or 5 people in that bitch.
Oh yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
That's a must for that movie.
Yeah. So as always, guys, thanks for watching.